Well, for the latest development in the PDP following the reinstatement of Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary and, of course, the counter side, I'm now being joined by Kola Ologbodinya, who is the former National Publicity Secretary of the party. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Adeswa.
A song comes to mind. Fela Nicola Kokuti, CBB, Confusion Breakbone. What exactly is happening with the PDP? Is this a coup or just more confusion? On the same day, we have on the one hand, Senator Anyanwu being reinstated in a press conference by Acting National Chairman Damagum, who is flanked by governors and the leader of your National Reconciliation Committee. And then hours after, we have 11 members of his own NWC countering the position.
Thank you very much, Adeswa. I think the challenge confronting our party is now growing in leaps and bounds. And it's very, very unfortunate that a national chairman, in the first place, a national chairman elected to govern the activities of our political party, does not even understand the constitution that has been given to him, upon which his activities rests. It's rather unfortunate. And I feel depressed that leaders, eminent and respected leaders of our party, who follow Damagum to INEC, to go and ask INEC chairman that how do we govern our party. Honestly, I haven't seen anything as disgusting as that situation. And I'm saying this with every sense of responsibility. But when you talk about the issue of crisis in our party, I think the floodgate of crisis has just been opened. Because with the action of Damagum today, acting in contravention of the constitution of the party by unilaterally directing the Senator Sam Anyanwu to assume office as National Secretary, I cannot describe the implication. I can't understand it. You know why?
Why?
NEC, the National Executive Committee, which is superior to even the National Working Committee, which is second only to the National Convention of the party, took a decision at the 99th meeting held at Legacy House in Abuja here and said, look, we have taken the report of the Southeast who are complaining about the fact that their nomination has not been accepted. So at the next NEC meeting, which will come up on June 30th, we will now take a decision. How can a select group of people now go and sit down somewhere and saying that the person whose office is in question should go and resume? Outside the resolution of the National, do we still have a party? Adeswa? I
should be asking it's your party. But let me ask you, when you say unilaterally that Ambassador Damagum acted unilaterally, can you really say that? When the governor of Bauchi State, who is presumed the leader of your party now and is the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, flanks him in making this decision, the leader of your Reconciliation Committee sits by him, you have the leadership of the PDP caucus in the National Assembly, both at the Senate and the House of Reps, at that meeting where he makes the decision. Is it still acting unilaterally? And do you think perhaps this was a concession to secure your convention? Because Ambassador Damagum says this was a bitter pill to swallow and a tough decision.
Adeswa, to start with, the day-by-day working of the party rests with the National Working Committee. We must establish that. It is the National Working Committee that decides what happens to the party. Now, if the party under Damagum had such a decision to take, he cannot take a decision upon which the National Executive Committee has decided. He cannot. He cannot flank himself with anybody. You said, oh, the Governors Forum chairman. Governors Forum chairman is not a member of the Working Committee.
But he's a member of NEC.
He's a member of NEC. He's not,
the governors are also members of NEC.
Yes, the governors are members of NEC. Senator Kola Saraki, who has been charged with the responsibility of ensuring that we have a successful NEC, which we had already on May 27th.
The 99th one.
Yes, and to also see that we can do a convention, cannot come and sit in the Wadata Plaza acting as a member of working committee without Damagum, who is the chairman of the working committee, discussing with his own members and arriving at a decision. Have you not read now that a number of members of the working committee,
11 of them,
have issued a statement, and this 11, they are close to two-thirds, have issued, if they are not even two-thirds, have now issued a statement telling Damagum that he cannot take that course of action. So why are we opening labyrinth of crisis in the party?
Was this a lack of communication? I mean, you have been a member of the NWC before as a spokesperson for your party. Do you think this was lack of communication between Damagum and the other 11?
No, it goes beyond the issue of lack of communication. I've established the fact that a next decision
cannot be overruled.
It's not a decision that is chairman sitting in council with his committee of friends will go and overrule.
Is it a decision NWC can overrule?
Well, if a decision, if the body of working committee solidly sitting together take a decision, then we must still go to INEC and go and deliberate. I'm saying this because we had similar experience when I served.
Okay.
And the experience was that a sitting national chairman at INEC decided that on so and so date, that's when we'll have a INEC. But because there were certain issues, the chairman felt that, oh, we can also have that INEC on another day. For define that decision of INEC, he went in for it. So I'm amazed. That's why I ask you that, do you still have a party? Are you running a political party? That national chairman will sit down with a group of people and say a decision taken at INEC is reversed. How?
Okay. Why do you think that they will circle back to Senator Anyanwu after several months of legal battles, public disagreements and mudslinging, court rulings, zonal endorsements and withdrawals? Why do you think that this group of friends, as you put them, speaking with Ambassador Damagum, led by Ambassador Damagum, if I can put it that way, as we saw today, why do you think they circled back to Anyanwu as the National Secretary after a meeting with INEC yesterday? Honestly,
only Ambassador Umar Damagum can provide explanation for that. But from the statement, which 11 members have signed, you can see that they've abandoned Damagum, that is on his own. Because even when they went to INEC, they tried to get the INEC chairman, because I've spoken to a number of people who were at that meeting. They tried to get the INEC chairman, Professor Yakubu, to say that, oh, let Anyanwu continue. But he refused to say that. He said that in line with the decision of the Supreme Court, it is the party that will decide who its officials are. So it's only Damagum that can come before you here. So when you ask him, what's responsible for that decision? Because even before now, the person whom people thought that is the one asking him to do this or do that has come out to distance himself.
You're speaking of, if I imagine, Minister Wike?
He has come out to this. Mr. Wike has come out to say that, how can you do that? Is he working under you?
Well, what Mr. Wike was saying today was that you cannot tell somebody who never left his position to resume because he had always been there. That's what he said today. If we go by, like I said, I spoke to people who participated at the INEC meeting. And if you go by what the INEC chairman said, he told them that, look, first, it was Anyanwu that came out of convention. Then you brought the name of Udeokui, but they had not changed their database, so they could not effect it. Then you now brought the name of Setonji. They hadn't changed that database. Then you now came back again to Anyanwu. So which means that Damagum has sent 3 different names. What next? Do you think the 100 NEC will hold as the 11 NWC have said?
The majority of the NWC members have said that the 100 NEC will hold. And I believe that it will hold.
Well, we'll keep watch on the crisis in the People's Democratic Party. Thank you so very much. Just before I let you go, you did ask a question if you still have a political party, but let me ask you as an individual, are you still a member of the PDP?
As we speak?
Yes.
I am a member of PDP.
So
but
if
they open the floodgate of crisis and push comes to shove, we'll now decide what to do.
You speak as if the floodgate hasn't been opened yet. Kola Ologbodinya, former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, thank you once again.